Welcome, everyone. We're diving deep into the Pi Network Whitepaper from March 2019. It's all about pooling and monetizing our online time, capturing value from the hours we spend on our phones.
Yeah, it's fascinating how they argue that every click and view creates untapped profit for big corporations, right?
Exactly, and Pi flips the script by saying that individuals should capture value from their own actions rather than letting the giants take it all.
Absolutely. So it's like, hey, we all have these mini treasures in our daily digital footprints, but most of that value just goes to Google, Amazon, and Facebook.
Right? And what's especially cool is the idea of pooling our collective resources, letting members join forces to create a shareable value pool. It's a bit revolutionary
Yep.
if you think about it.
Definitely. And then there's the Pi stack itself, which breaks down the different layers, starting with trust and up to marketplaces for attention and barter.
Exactly. The first layer is the Pi ledger and shared trust graph. This is all about building a native trust layer on the web, replacing those traditional rating systems like on Amazon
Right,
or
right.
Yelp.
That's interesting because it means our collective security circles aggregate into a global trust graph. It essentially democratizes trust, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it allows even strangers to transact securely without relying on old intermediaries.
That's a neat twist. But here's a point I want to challenge a bit. Don't you think relying solely on security circles might have vulnerabilities if people are not all equally connected?
That's a fair critic. There's always a risk. However, the idea is that while each individual security circle is small, together they build a robust trust
Yep.
network. It's like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
I get that. Moving up the stack, then we have the attention marketplace. This layer is all about bartering our underutilized time and attention.
Right, picture a scarce social media channel, a bit like Instagram, but with only one global post at a time, and pioneers or users wagering Pi to gain attention.
Yeah, indeed. So each piece of content or question becomes a sort of mini auction for digital engagement, right?
Exactly. It transforms attention into a tradable asset, letting users monetize what companies have traditionally bought by bombarding us with ads.
And there's also an advertising angle where companies have to pay in Pi if they want our attention, making it strictly opt-in.
Yes, and that gives real control back to users. It's like saying, I decide when my attention is worth something.
Right, exactly. Speaking of control, the barter marketplace is the next layer, where members can put up their own goods or skills. Imagine renting out a room or offering design talents through a virtual storefront.
Exactly, it opens up possibilities for underutilized assets, both physical and digital, to generate value. It's like a personal marketplace that's built right into the network.
Sure is. It definitely seems to empower individual creativity and resourcefulness.
Then we have the decentralized app store. This layer lowers the barrier for creators, allowing developers to leverage the Pi network's existing infrastructure to build apps with interoperability in mind.
Yeah, right. That's a solid incentive for innovation. Developers won't have to start from scratch when they build on Pi.
Absolutely, and it weaves the ecosystem together with shared resources, kind of like building a digital garden where every plant can share nutrients.
Good analogy. Now, shifting gears a little, the white paper also delves into governance issues, right?
Yes, absolutely. It explains how traditional first generation cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, had governance challenges due to economic concentration, leading to political power, even causing destructive forks, like with Bitcoin Cash.
Yep, got it. And Pi's approach, if I understand correctly, is to create a two-phase governance model.
Exactly, until they reach 5 million members, they operate under a provisional governance model, much like off chain models we see with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Right. But they still heavily rely on community input, right? Through their mobile app and even offline meetups?
Yes, indeed. The core team actively solicits feedback through comments on their website and organizes offline pioneer meetups.
That's a community-centric approach. Then when they hit 5 million members, a provisional committee takes over for broader, more formal governance, including tackling proposals on a global scale.
Yes, and that's called the constitutional convention stage, where elected community representatives and input drive long-term constitutional policies for Pi.
Right. That shift reminds me of historical examples, like how the United States moved from the Articles of Confederation to a more robust constitution.
Exactly, it's like learning from historical mistakes to build a more resilient system.
That makes sense. Now, the roadmap part of the white paper lays out the deployment phases, right?
Yup, it clearly demarcates phase one, where they focus on design, distribution, and bootstrapping the trust graph. During this phase, everything runs on an emulator, not on a live economy.
Indeed, that's interesting. And then phase two pushes to a testnet phase where nodes are run on a separate network to iron out any kinks before going live.
Exactly. And the emission from the testnet is compared with phase one's emulator on a regular basis to ensure consistency.
Solid testing strategy. Finally, phase three is the mainnet launch, where the network goes fully live, accounts are verified for unique, real individuals, and the system becomes fully decentralized.
Right? And that's the point where the faucet and emulator get shut down, transmissions move to a self-sustained network, and Pi can finally be listed on exchanges, making it tradable for other currencies.
It's quite a comprehensive plan, mixing innovative economic models with a clear deployment strategy. I really like how they aim for collective empowerment and decentralization.
Definitely, and even though there are challenges like ensuring the trust graph scales properly and handling the diverse community opinions, the approach really speaks to harnessing everybody's untapped potential.
Yeah, exactly. One last thing. Do you think all this structure might slow down decision making? Sometimes too many layers can complicate things.
That's a valid concern. While a more democratic process is great, it can be slower. The white paper hints at liquid democracy as one potential solution to balance efficiency with inclusiveness.
That seems like a smart compromise. Yeah, liquid democracy sounds promising. It lets individuals vote directly or delegate their votes, which might help avoid bottlenecks.
Exactly. It's all about creating a governance model that's adaptable and resilient as the network grows.
Right, that's key. Overall, the Pi Network White Paper delivers an ambitious vision of restructuring how we view value, trust, and community in the digital space.
Absolutely. By pooling our online time, attention, and skills, it attempts to rebalance power between individuals and corporations, giving people a stake in the value they create.
Truly transformative. It's exciting to see how these ideas will evolve as Pi expands. And I'm keen to see if these models, especially the governance framework, hold up in practice.
Same here, only time will tell. But it's definitely a thought-provoking framework that could reshape digital economies.
Yeah, indeed. Well, thanks for this deep dive. It's been an eye-opener exploring the intricacies of the Pi Network White Paper.
Absolutely, thanks for joining the discussion. There's so much to unpack and it's been great bouncing ideas around.
Absolutely.